Here's another example.
Good check.
Great clip there of 13-year-old girls. So I wanted to show clips not just of professional players, but 13-year-old girls, clearly of a high level, but hitting slice to upset the rhythm. Then a moon ball, then a drive, then a slice, then a moon ball, then a drive. And it's a really cool tactical play that upsets the rhythm of the opponent. Last kind of 5 minutes now. The environment shapes tactically what we do as players. We know that. If anyone's played to any kind of a level, we understand that playing on clay is very different to playing on carpet, astroturf, hard courts, fast courts, grass courts. So I'm going to show you a couple of tactics that are more common on fast courts. Slice. The slice is much more powerful on a grass court. And that's a great clip to show that the relentless use of the slice on the grass will lower the impact point of the opponent, and in the end make it very difficult, especially in the female game, because they don't like to play with a lot of spin. They prefer to play flatter. So when the ball is low, they can't play flat. They try and lift it with spin, and then they make a mistake. So that's more powerful on grass. Moving to the net, approaching the net, the slice serve out wide, more powerful on grass. When you play on clay, the moon ball is much more effective on a slower court than it is on a faster court. Angles, much more effective. On grass, when you play a drop volley, it's much better on grass because the drop volley then dies. The ball dies on the grass. So my next poll is going to be this, Ruben. This is the two-time passing.
Yep.
And the next poll is coaches. On grass, people come to the net a lot. They approach the net a lot, which means the opponent has to be very good at hitting passing shots. Not lobs. We're going to focus on passing shots. Now, when you hit a two-time passing shot, so I hit one passing shot with precision and then look to get an easy shot on the next one and then do a power shot. What is the best first shot? Is it better to hit your first shot cross court or down the line? So when you hit a passing shot, is it a two-time passing shot? So not a one-time passing shot where you just smack it, but a two-time one. So you do a precision one first and then a power one. Is it best to go cross court or down the line? Vote now. Now get on, Ruben. Oh, to the people that voted cross court, correct. That is the right answer. And I'll tell you why after you see this clip.
Rising indoors.
Okay. The reason why you'll hit cross court first is to actually, and I'll go back and pause it on it.
Rising indoors.
Okay, if it's a one-time passing shot, hit any way you want. Hit down the line, hit at the body, hit cross court, doesn't matter. But if you go for a more precision shot on the first one, it's better to play cross court. Ruben, can you see my arrow here?
Yes.
It's my arrow on the screen. Okay.
I see it.
Because Roger here, if he plays an angle, Andy is already there. If he plays it straight, it will go down the line, Andy will move. But if Andy plays it down the line, then Roger can volley the angle and Andy has to move all the way over there. So it's much better for Andy to play cross court, hope that he gets an easy shot. If it comes back to an angle, he's already there. If it goes straight, that's fine, he runs, but it won't go here unless it's some crazy little side spin drop volley, which is such a low percentage shot that you don't worry about that. So I wouldn't go down the line on the first one, because then you open up the court with a forehand volley. You go cross court. If he plays an angle, I'm already there. Plays it straight, I just move there. And this is the knowledge of tactics that I talk about that we have to teach players. They don't know this stuff. A lot of them don't know it. So they play stupid tennis. They go down the line and then Roger Federer puts it away. The climate. We have to help players who just break down mentally when they're in the wind, or when it's a bit hot, or when there's a bit of rain and the balls get heavy. And the tactics are different. They're different, you know. If the wind is with me, I may serve and volley. If the wind is against me, I may back up and play high moon ball. If there's a side wind, I may play cross court more, not down the line. But we have to help players understand how they deal with different situations. In the humidity, you know, go to your towel more, take more fluids, keep the point shorter. At the change of ends, go and go take a toilet break. When it's cold, keep yourself warm on the change of ends. Keep yourself moving more in the return to serve position. There are things you can do tactically to help you deal with the climate. And then the last one in the environment is really about your tactics may be different based on the tournament. If I'm playing Davis Club and we're playing the Spanish, and we know they're going to, on the clay, we know that they're going to want to try and rally all day, then we may change our tactics. If it's Wimbledon and we're playing on the grass, that might require a different set of tactics. I may go for my serve a bit more, try and win more points on my second serve. If the crowd, sometimes you'll play events where the crowd is with you, the crowd is against you, and the crowd is hostile, you know, they're very supportive, or the crowd doesn't care. There'll be no crowd. And tactically, you may do different things to deal with with actually the audience that are watching the tennis. And then lastly, tactically, we have to help players understand the score. That you know how to play tactics at love all. You know how to play tactics when it's 4-all in the third set. That you know how to play tactically when you're 4-1 down in the first set. You know how to play tactically when you lose the first set and you're serving in the second set. When you're behind, when you're ahead, big points. When you're on juice, make sure you always serve wide to get an easy shot on the backhand. When you're on ad side, look to maybe use your forehand a bit more on that. Whatever it is, whatever the scoreline is. But a lot of our players break down mentally, and we say they're mentally weak. They're not competitive enough, that they don't love the game enough. They don't love competing. They're terrible in matches. Oh, I hear that all the time as a consultant. My players hit the ball well. As soon as they start to play matches, it breaks down. They can't play. They can't win a match. Well, maybe you've done all your work as a coach, and great job, coach. You've given them a good forehand. They've got a great serve. They've got beautiful volleys, but they just can't put it all together in a match because you focused all your conversations around skills and not tactics. And therefore, my big kind of final point to my presentation is that we have to help players play the game to deal with being 4-1 up when it's 3-all in the first set. Tactically, look to see the strengths and the weaknesses of your opponent in the first 3 games. When we come to play on the when it's a 5-set match, you do this. When it's 3-set match, you do this. When it's a 4-all short match, you do this. When you're serving, go for more your shots. When you return, play more passive. Whatever it is, but give them tactics based on the momentum. Is the momentum with you? Do this. If the momentum's against you, do this. If the momentum's the same, just play your match. But this is all tactical knowledge that really helps you help your players to become more smart tennis players, more game intelligent, more match IQ, and smarter players of the game, not just better hitters of the ball.